Good afternoon. We're now on the record. This is the videotape discovery deposition of James Ponder being taken on June 11th, 2018. Time is now 1:26 p.m. We're located at Vella and Lund Law Firm at 401 West State Street on the second floor, Rockford, Illinois. This deposition is being taken in the matter of Lamar Vining versus Kimberly Malone. It's filed in the state of Illinois in the Circuit Court of the 17th Judicial Circuit, Winnebago County, bearing case number 2018-MR708. My name is Eric Rukin. I'm the legal video specialist of Enhanced Legal Video with offices at 11422 Bayberry Drive, Roscoe, Illinois. The court reporter is Angela Oldenburg of Deb Fisher Court Reporting with offices at 922 North Lyford Road, Rockford, Illinois. Will counsel please voice identify yourself at this time?
Roger Kellerman for Lamar Vining.
Will the reporter please swear in the witness? We can proceed.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you.
Let the record reflect that this is the discovery deposition of James Ponder taken pursuant to notice and all applicable rules. Mr. Ponder, just a couple ground rules before we get started. As you can see, we have a court reporter taking down everything that is said. So you'll need to articulate your responses into audible words, not head nods, shakes, ahs or uh-huhs that might be ambiguous. Second, if you would wait till I have completed the question so you know exactly what I am asking, I will also try to wait until you have completed your answer before I ask the next question. And lastly, if there is any question in your mind as to what I am asking, please ask for clarification and I will do what I can to reword the question or clear up any question in your mind, okay? All right. And if you answer, we'll assume you are answering the question that was posed, all right?
All right.
Could you state your full name for the record?
James E. Ponder, Jr.
And what does the E stand for?
Edward.
Have you ever used any aliases?
No, I have not.
Have you ever gone by any other name?
No, I have not.
What is your phone number?
I don't see what that's for.
Oh, this is a discovery deposition. Could you tell me your phone number?
This is for whatever is going on in Michigan, and I have no contact with either one of these individuals.
Okay.
Any more intrusive into my life, I do not wish.
Okay.
So if this number and this tape is being sent to Michigan, so far they have my address.
Okay. Could you give me the last four digits of your...
I'd rather not.
Okay. Are you refusing to answer?
Any further into my life, no. You have my name, you have my address. If there's other questions about this case, please proceed.
Okay.
I don't want any contact with either side of these individuals.
Okay. If you could show that question certified for the record. Is it correct you are the brother of Kimberly Malone?
Kimberly Hawkins, yes.
Okay. Have you ever given a deposition before?
No, I have not.
What's your date of birth?
12/28/68.
And what's your level of education?
College.
Okay. You have a college degree?
I do.
And where is that from?
Is this for the questioning for the case?
Yes.
The school I'd rather not say.
Okay.
I'm here to answer whatever questions pertinent to this case. Anything about my life, I'd rather not say.
Well, I understand that. However, you have been brought into the case up in Michigan.
And that's why I'm here to find out why my name is brought in. Any more information about me, I'd rather not say.
Well, I'm going to need some basic information.
My name, my address, my social security,
I'm not
my
gonna,
date of birth.
well,
Fine. Anything else, sir? No. The last contact I had with my sister was over the last holiday weekend.
Wow.
A brief 5-minute call that gave me a heads up that I may receive a summons. Prior to that, I have no contact with my sister for over 5 years.
Okay.
The individual who is involved also in this case, I do not know him.
Okay.
Of him, this is the individual who assaulted my sister and left her bloody and unconscious on a garage floor. I am not happy that I am here for this. As far as the information that you're seeking, do I live in Georgia? Have I worked in Georgia? Do I own any property in Georgia? No. I've been here since 2006. Anything that's going on in Michigan is nothing that I am aware of or involved in. My name, yes, has been brought up, and I would like to know why as well.
Okay. I am going to need to ask you some additional questions that you may consider intrusive and personal, but I will try to make it as painless as possible. Okay. You said you had a college degree. Do you have any graduate degrees or post-college education?
No.
Any occupational training?
Rather not say.
Okay. Can we go off the record for a second?
Off the record, 1:32. We're back on the record. It's 1:43 p.m.
Right. All right. All right, Mr. Ponder, am I correct you are refusing to disclose what college you received your degree from?
Any personal information about me, that is not why I'm here. If that's your questioning, then I guess that is not going to be answered by me.
Okay.
Is that the purpose of this?
Have you ever been licensed as a medical doctor in any state?
No.
Have you ever attended medical school?
No.
Where are you employed?
In Rockford, Illinois.
Who is your employer?
In Rockford, Illinois.
Okay.
Right now, it seems all these questions are about me. If that's why I'm here, unless you have a list of questions, sir, that means that what? Am I a suspect in this?
Okay, I'm going to show you what I've marked as Plaintiff's Exhibit 1. Can you identify that?
Looks like a printout with my name on it and a local company here.
Okay. Is that a copy of your LinkedIn page?
I couldn't tell you what's on there. I didn't open it.
Okay. Do you have a LinkedIn page?
Not that I'm aware of.
Have you ever represented to anybody that you work for Swedish American Hospital?
Have I represented anybody?
Have you ever represented to someone or told someone that you work for Swedish American Hospital?
Yes.
You have. Okay. Swedish American Hospital is your employer?
I work in the state of Illinois. Is there questions pertaining to my sister and this case?
Okay. Have you told people or listed on your Facebook page that you are a cancer registrar?
Here you go, sir. Are there questions pertaining to my sister or anything else about this case?
Okay. Are you refusing to answer that question?
Sir, I just stated, anything personal about me, I do not want to list.
Okay.
I don't know where this video is going to, and from what you sent me was questions or come down pertaining to the case in Michigan. So far, everything you've asked me is personal information about me. So either I'm being charged as a suspect. Is that what you're saying?
Okay. Would you show the question certified that the witness is refusing to answer?
Is that refused to ask the question I asked you or just me? Am I being charged as a suspect?
Okay, this is a civil proceeding.
I just asked a question, sir, just like you asked me.
Okay, this is a civil proceeding. There are no suspects.
So am I being treated as a suspect?
Okay.
Is that listed on there as well, refusing that question?
Is your address 5705 Longest Drive in South Beloit, Illinois?
That is correct.
Who do you reside there with?
My family.
Who is that?
My family.
Okay. Are you refusing to answer who your family is?
Sir, how many times you want me to repeat it? Anything personal about me, I will not disclose. Anything pertaining to the case in Michigan, please contact me when you get there.
Are you the owner of the property at 5705 Longest Drive in South Beloit?
Yes, I am.
And how long have you lived there?
This is 2 years. 2 years.
Okay. Are you the sole owner of that property?
Yes, I am.
Where did you where did you reside prior to 5705 Longest Drive in South Beloit?
In Roscoe, Illinois.
What were the inclusive dates where you lived in Roscoe, Illinois?
Do not know offhand.
Where did you reside in Roscoe, Illinois?
In Roscoe, Illinois. It was a condo unit. Do not know the address.
How long did you reside there?
8 years.
Okay. So did I hear you correctly? You've lived at the Longest Drive home for 2 years.
Correct.
And you lived at the Roscoe, Illinois condo 8 years prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
So that takes us back 10 years to approximately 2008?
Correct.
Have you ever resided in the state of Michigan?
Yes, I did.
When did you reside there?
Prior to coming here. I've been here, as I said, since 2006.
So prior to 2006, you continually resided in Michigan?
Yes.
Where did you reside in Michigan?
In Detroit, Michigan.
Have you ever resided at 16037 Hemlock Street in Detroit?
Yes.
And what were the dates you resided there?
I do not know. No, I cannot recall.
Approximately, what were the dates you resided there?
Cannot recall. Is there any questions pertaining to my sister? If not, I'm taking this mic off.
Were you residing there when you moved from Michigan to Illinois in 2006? You're refusing to answer.
Is there any questions, sir, about my sister and my name involvement in this case?
Have you ever resided in the state of Georgia?
I answered that already. If you would like the woman to play it back, she can.
Did I recall correctly that you responded that you have never
I
resided?
have never resided. I do not own property, and I have never been employed in the state of Georgia.
Counsel, we're not picking him up optimally as far as sound.
Mr.
Close to
Foster.
my sister.
What?
The next questions are pertaining to this
Well,
case about my sister.
The operator needs you to move your mic
I
closer.
understand. Is these questions pertaining to my sister?
They are pertaining to your sister's case. Have you ever
Better.
Have you ever visited the state of Georgia?
I do not recall.
You don't recall if you've ever visited the state of Georgia?
I travel a lot for my previous employer. I do not recall going to Georgia.
That would, not the employer you have today, but
Correct.
a prior employer. So if I understand this correctly, you were a resident of Michigan prior to 2006, Illinois from 2006 on, and never a resident of the state of Georgia.
That is what I stated.
And you don't recall spending any time in Georgia?
I've already stated that.
Would you have ever filed a state of Georgia tax return?
Asked and answered, sir.
Well, I didn't ask about a tax return.
You asked, was I ever a resident? No. Was I ever employed? No. Did I ever live there? No. You can apply those however you need.
Have you ever been employed at Emory Hospital in any capacity?
I've never heard the name.
You've never heard the name Emory Hospital?
No.
You're not aware of that being a hospital in Atlanta?
Sir, if you would like to go back to those questions I've answered about Georgia.
Are you married?
Yes, I am.
And what is your wife's name?
Mrs. Ponder.
Does she have a first name?
Miss.
You're refusing to answer the question concerning your
I can
wife?
take the mic off again, sir. Anything personal? No. Pertaining to whatever is going on in Michigan, I would like to know as much as you.
And could you just show my request to have that question certified as well? Do you have any siblings?
My sister.
Is that Kimberly Malone?
That is Kimberly Hawkins.
Do you know her address?
Again, I have no contact or seen her in 5 years.
Do you have any siblings besides Kimberly?
Another personal question, sir.
Well,
Unless they're pertinent to this case,
when was the last time you saw Kimberly in person?
again, 5 years.
And what were the circumstances of you seeing her?
My mother's funeral.
And do you recall when in 2013 that was?
April.
And where was that?
In Detroit.
Do you recall the last time you met with Kimberly prior to April of 2013?
No.
Any rough guesstimate of when that was?
No, I do not.
Would it have been more than 5 years prior to 2013?
I can't say.
Have you ever met Kimberly Malone's children?
Yes.
Do you recall their names?
No.
Do you recall their ages?
No.
When was the last time you saw them in person?
When she had to exchange, whatever they call it, when they do the custody exchange, whatever, they had to meet in the parking lot of the precinct because at the time the individual had an assault case on him for assaulting my sister. What date that was, I do not know.
Where was that you saw them?
Whatever local police precinct there is in Livonia, Michigan is where they had to meet.
How did you happen to be along to see them?
She was afraid she would be assaulted again.
And I'm sorry, what was the date of this?
I do not know the date.
Was it prior to your mother's funeral?
Yes.
Do Kimberly's children reside with her?
I do not know.
And do you know where Kimberly herself resides?
Asked and answered, sir. I do not know.
Are you aware of any type of present or past court order or judgment requiring Kimberly Malone to have supervised visitation or contact with her children?
All I know is the assault case after the individual placed her unconscious. That can be found by running his name to NCIC. I believe whatever residence they live at, that local police department would have that information.
Well, I was asking about whether Kimberly, your sister, has ever...
That is the only court case I know. She
Wow.
filed assault charges. Anything prior to that or after that, I do not know.
So, okay, I'm not asking about the father of her children. I'm asking about Kimberly herself.
I do not know, sir.
You are unaware of any type of order or judgment at any time concerning supervised or restricted visitation for Kimberly?
Do not know.
So you've never supervised parenting time for Kimberly?
Again, sir, I have not seen my sister in 5 years. Prior to that was that incident when she had to exchange the children.
Have you ever provided supervised strike that. Have you ever supervised parenting for Kimberly?
Reframe that. What? Other than helping her pick up
Correct.
the children. That's it.
Okay. Can I pin you down to a yes or no? Have you ever supervised Kimberly's contact with her children?
That's the problem I'm lost on. We went to the exchange for her children.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay.
Anything more than that, I was not involved. I was not a part of.
Okay.
I guess I'm not understanding the question.
Okay. I'm approaching this hypothetically that Kimberly had supervised contact with her children, that somebody else had to be present and she could not be alone with her children.
Only thing about being present was that they had to exchange at the police precinct. Anything more than that, I do not know.
You were never asked to supervise Kimberly's parenting time with any children?
No, sir.
Was your wife ever asked by Kimberly?
I do not believe so.
Have any of your children supervised parenting for Kimberly?
Why would my children? No.
Are you aware of anyone ever providing supervised parenting time for Kimberly's children?
Again, sir, 5 years, no contact. Prior to that, sporadic. That moment of exchanging children, that was it.
Did you ever ask Kimberly to move to the state of Georgia?
5 years, no contact, sir.
Okay. Did you ever ask Kimberly to move to the state of Georgia?
No.
Did you ever encourage her to move to the state of Georgia?
Asked and answered.
No. One was asking her to move, the other was encouraging her to move. Did you ever encourage her to move to Georgia?
No contact, sir. 5 years.
How about 5 years ago? Did you encourage her to move to the state of Georgia?
5 years ago, my mother died. That's what brought me back to Michigan. After that, there was no contact with me and my sister until this last holiday weekend, where a 5-minute call said I may be getting a subpoena.
Okay.
That's it.
Did you ever discuss with Kimberly moving to the state of Georgia?
I've answered that, sir.
Okay. Could you give me a yes or no?
No contact with my sister, sir. That is a no.
Okay. Have you ever made statements to Kimberly that you would assist her with the care of her children?
No contact, sir.
Okay. I appreciate that you had no contact, but my question is requires a simple yes or no answer.
Sir, no contact can be applied to
Okay.
anything else on there.
Maybe this was more than 5 years ago. At any time, including more than 5 or 6 years ago, have you ever made statements to Kimberly that you would assist her with the care of her children?
Other than going to that meeting, that's it. Or whatever that exchange, whatever you want to call that exchange. Other than that, no.
Prior today, at any time, have you ever provided assistance to Kimberly in caring for her children?
No.
In the last 12 months, have you been involved in any activities with Kimberly's children?
5 years.
Have Kimberly's children ever been to your home?
No.
Not in Illinois and not in Michigan?
No.
I'm sorry, I asked that poorly. Have Kimberly's children been to your home in Illinois?
No.
Have Kimberly's children ever been to your home in Michigan?
No.
In the last 12 months, have you been to Kimberly's home?
5 years, sir.
Okay, is that no?
However you had to apply that. No contact, 5 years.
Okay. When was it you received contact from Kimberly last?
Sunday or Monday, or whatever the holiday weekend was.
You're referring to Memorial Day?
Yes.
And what occurred in that communication?
I may be getting a summons to, or a subpoena or something to come and give a deposition because I live in Georgia. Once I heard that, everything else about the conversation is a blank.
Okay. How did she contact you?
She called my son's phone.
And did your son give you the phone?
Yes.
Okay. And prior to this phone call,
5 years.
Had you spoken to her in the last 5 years?
No.
How long did this phone conversation last in May?
I couldn't tell you at that point. Once I heard my name being in Georgia, I don't think it was too much longer after that. My son was actually getting ready to leave the house, so it wasn't, I can't tell you. It was less than 10 minutes, I know that.
Did your sister explain what she was referring to when she talked about you living in the state of Georgia?
Once I heard she told the court that I was in Georgia, again, the rest of that conversation is a blank.
Okay. If Kimberly Malone had said that you were living in the state of Georgia, would that have been a true statement?
I guess.
It would have been true?
I guess. Like I said, 5 years out of the blue, hey, you may be getting a subpoena about you living in Georgia.
Okay, so have you lived in the state of Georgia?
I answered that already, sir.
Well, when I just asked you, if Kimberly was telling a court in Michigan that you were residing in Georgia, I asked, was that a true statement?
What she told the court, I don't know.
Okay,
What she told me on the phone is what I can talk to.
Okay,
And on that, I should be getting a subpoena from whoever here to talk about me living in Georgia.
okay. And if she has ever told anybody that you were living in the state of Georgia, would that have been a true statement?
I don't know who she told.
Okay,
Like I said, sir, I don't know who she talked to. This is my sister calling me after no contact, and instead of saying, hey, how's it going, whatever, I'm getting a subpoena or whatever to say I live in Georgia or talk to me living in Georgia.
Okay,
After that, everything else about that conversation is a blur. Who she told that to, I'm assuming, is the court in Michigan. That's why I'm here.
okay. Who she may or may not have told it to is not relevant. I'm asking you if she told somebody this. If she told somebody that you were residing in the state of Georgia, would that have been a true statement?
No.
And just confirm my recollection, the last time you say you saw your sister Kimberly in person was at your mother's funeral in April 2013?
That's correct.
And after that, you neither saw her in person nor communicated with her until May of 2018?
Was that May? Yeah, I guess that'd be May, yes.
How would you describe your relationship with Kimberly?
She's my sister.
Well, what kind of how would you characterize your relationship with Kimberly?
I love my sister very much.
Do you feel you have a close relationship?
I don't know how you would line that up, but she's just my sister and I care for her very much.
I hate to jump back here, but that meeting with your sister in April of 2013, it was at your mother's funeral. How long did the meeting with her last?
As long as the funeral lasted.
How long was that?
And I was there for a week.
Okay.
So the funeral, the storage unit, 2-3 days.
Okay. And how many times did you see her in that period of time?
2 or 3 days.
And how long did each of these meetings take during these days?
I don't know, sir. At that time, I had a lot of things on my mind.
Did you discuss things with her at that time?
My mother had died, sir. You can put it together after that. I had a lot of things on my mind. Any
Okay.
time frame, any dates, I do not know.
Did you discuss Kimberly's personal life?
I do not remember.
Did you discuss anything to do with her children?
Again, do not remember.
Did she ever mention to you at that time or any other time about moving to the state of Georgia?
Do not remember. My focus was getting my mom's things together. That was it.
Do you have any opinion about Kimberly's parenting abilities?
I don't know what they are.
You have no opinion, good, bad, or otherwise?
Sir, again, no contact. Could not tell you what happened.
Do you know a man named Michael Hudgens?
No.
Do you know if he's a person who's had any kind of close relationship
I
with Kimberly?
don't know him, sir. Never heard that name till today.
I'm going to show you Exhibit 2 and ask you if you can identify that.
My Facebook page, yes.
Okay. And that is your Facebook page? I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to show you what's marked as Exhibit 3. Have you ever seen a Winnebago County Treasurer website listing?
That's my own, yes.
Okay. And this is your sole residence?
I've already stated that.
I don't think I have any further questions. If you want to verify the accuracy of the court reporter's work, you'll need to make arrangements to go to her office and review the transcript. You can't make any changes, but there's what's called an errata page at the back where you can say, I disagree with what she typed on this page or that page. Otherwise, you can do what's called waive signature, and we'll just assume her typing is accurate.
And I can view this when?
Within 28 days of when it's prepared.
Okay.
No further questions?
You have a card and address?
All right, show signature reserved, and that's all the questions I have.
This concludes a videotape deposition of James Ponder, and disc number 1. We're off the record at 2:12 p.m.